Hold on. Yep, and we're recording. Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode number 47 of the CheckX series. If you're new here, as I say every day, the CheckX series is pretty much about me, your host. I've been tracking everything that you could possibly think of that Elon talks about the day before. And today we're going to talk about what Elon talked about yesterday on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. And not too busy of a day. I think he posted about 90 times, not in the triple digits today, but still a decent amount of posts and valuable ones to talk about, to say the least. And to start off here, just one little thing. We're really just like one post on Tesla today that we start to talk about here, but to get right into the episode, talking about Tesla, to get this out of the way, talking about FSD. Elon will not stop selling the FSD, Tesla will stop selling the FSD package outright after February 14th, moving exclusively to a monthly subscription model thereafter, which is going to be pretty interesting because right now, as you know, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, about $8,000 you could buy the FSD package in whole, or you could do a subscription. But by after February 14th, they are going to completely remove buying the whole thing in whole. Nice, whole thing in whole. Sorry, the whole thing. At once for $8,000, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, obviously. And switching completely to a monthly subscription. And moving on to SpaceX and Starship again. Literally only like one thing on Tesla today. Starting off in terms of Starship development, Starship is described as the first rocket capsule capable of carrying humanity into a multi-planetary era. And also in terms of the Mars mission, the first Mars mission, Elon said that the first Starship to be sent to Mars will be named the Heart of Gold, which we have talked about before, quite a long time ago. I think it was like in the 20 episodes, like it was a while ago, honestly. But anyway, moving on to the Raptor 3 engine, Elon described the sublime engineering and alien technology. This simplified engine design eliminates the need for a basic heat shield, improving reliability and payload capacity. So yeah, pretty cool to see that. And also in terms, moving on, Elon agreed that without SpaceX, China would lead the world in spaceflight, while the U.S. played catch-up. So, I mean, I honestly wouldn't say that's bias. I feel like a lot of people would say that's bias, but, I mean, SpaceX is, a whole world better than NASA right now. I mean, NASA really isn't doing anything right now. It's... But anyway, moving on. Not to mention they are still technically a close partner, both of them, to each other. But I don't know. But anyway, to wrap up this, talking about historical context, Elon noted that the Apollo program once consumed 60% of all chips manufactured in the U.S. And to move on to Starlink, just a couple things I wanted to add here. Talking about data increases, Elon said that the Starlink roam plan, sorry I can't talk today, has doubled its data allowance from 50 gigabytes to 100 gigabytes at no additional cost, which is great to see. So a lot of updates in terms of subscriptions happening, obviously in Starlink and in Tesla, which is pretty great to see. At no additional cost, obviously, especially on the Starlink thing. But moving on to aviation, Elon also shared a laugh over the demand for Starlink on every airplane, which is pretty cool. And also moving on to XAI and Grok, talking about Grokopedia to start off. Elon encouraged users to use this as an accurate, unbiased knowledge base rather than Wikipedia. And also, Elon said that Grok became the most downloaded app in Norway across all categories. And also, Elon included the insane talent density. Almost said destiny. Density at XAI with rapid user growth, which for users spending 43% more time in the app and subscriptions surpassing 1 billion. And also in terms of Grok 4.1, Grok 4.1 is noted to be being way faster. And must clarify that Grok does not spontaneously generate illegal or underage images. Moving on to free speech and international regulation, to get into the politics, segment of this video, talking about Venezuela first. X is now fully accessible again in Venezuela after over a year of restrictions. And also in terms of Australia, Elon highlighted concerns over a new extreme hate speech law, the 2026 bill that could punish speech causing fear with up to 5 years in prison, even for past posts. In Australia, by the way. And also talking about even more other countries trying to remove free speech. The UK, for example, no surprise, right? Elon criticized Prime Minister Keir Starmer as a tyrant regarding investigations into X and potential legislation that could allow the government to scan private encrypted messages on apps like WhatsApp. I mean, this is insane. Like, look, I know I'm just a random teenager, but what? I mean, the UK has, as a matter of fact, Europe has genuinely fallen. Like, I'm sorry, but I mean, every time, especially when Elon talks about it, because I report on it and I kind of just learn from that. Not necessarily side immediately with something, but I just learn from that. Learn information just in general. I mean, Europe has genuinely fallen. And like, I don't want to be that guy, but I mean, again, this is a whole different rabbit hole that I could honestly just make an entirely different video about, because it goes way deeper than that in many other countries, even the EU and all obviously, yeah, and yeah, but we're gonna move on because, again, sorry, I'm dragging it. Anyway, moving on to immigration and ICE. Starting off this segment in terms of law enforcement, Elon posted about an altercation between an ICE officer and pedestrians, as well as the raid in Minneapolis where a woman was arrested for blocking a street. And also, Elon argued that Democrats support illegal migration as a path to power because they believe those individuals will eventually vote for their party. Obviously, because they are bringing them into this country for free and keeping them here as refuge and giving them everything they could possibly need. Everybody, it's almost like everybody except, U.S. citizens and people who have lived here for over a decade that still haven't gotten their citizenship, by the way. And these people get their citizenship in a matter of 5 days. So they can vote. And if the Democratic Party couldn't get it fast enough, couldn't get them their passport fast enough before the elections, well, you don't have to have an ID to vote. Or you don't have to give your ID for security measures to vote. And there you go. I mean, it's just insane. It's terrible. But anyway, moving on, talking about sanctuary policies. In terms of Elon critiqued the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Frey for refusing to cooperate with ICE, resulting in the release of criminal illegal aliens. And also, in terms of agreement with Howard Lutnick, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, that the immigration system is broken and that migrants should not receive government benefits, which I think is like a no-brainer. But obviously, somehow, our politicians don't understand that. I mean, it's just insane. But anyway, moving on to U.S. politics and government efficiency, talking about Doge, which we only get a Doge update like every 10 to 15 episodes. I mean, we did go like 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes ago. But anyway, Elon suggested Democrats oppose Doge because it threatens money laundering operations using tax dollars. And also in terms of voter integrity, Elon strongly advocated for the SAFE Act, which he's talked about a lot, which requires proof of citizenship to register to vote, and also highlighted reports of, and Elon in the process highlighted reports of non-citizens being found in jury pools in Michigan, and also talking about the National Endowment for Democracy, the NED, I guess is an abbreviated thing. Elon posted in support of defunding the NED, and. Moving on in terms of political philosophy, Elon reposted Elon reposts included critiques of socialism and the foaming of the mouth nature of progressives as Supreme Court exchange regarding the definition of sex. Anyway, moving on, talking about social issues and justice. Before we wrap up the episode, in terms of suicidal empathy, Elon promoted Gad Saad's new book, Suicidal Empathy, arguing that society often has more empathy for criminals than their victims. And also, Elon critiqued the release of a career criminal in Chicago after 56 prior arrests and a light sentence given in a child rape case in Italy. I mean, what is this? Talk about enforcing the law. I mean, come on. Insane situation in the UK. Matter of fact, the entirety of Europe. Pretty much the entirety of the world. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, why are they doing it? Are they getting paid? I mean, I don't understand. I get another one of these things where this is just an entire other rabbit hole to go down. It's crazy. But anyway, before we wrap up the episode, last but not least, Elon mentioned, in terms of California, Elon mentioned the state losing $1 trillion in wealth due to fears of a billionaire tax, making everybody pretty much just leave the state. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys made it all the way to the end, that pretty much wraps up episode number 47. Again, if you guys made it all the way to the end, thank you guys for watching and hearing on what I have to say and hearing on what Elon Musk posts daily. And I hope to see you guys next time. If you guys do have the time in the meantime, drop a like, comment, subscribe if you can, and also if you also have even more time on your hands, I recommend you guys go watch the other episodes. I mean, not all of them, obviously, unless you're genuinely just a boss, I guess. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time.